Those of you that have been following these postings for the last few months might start to think, we're hearing a lot of the same stuff. Well, I want to give some perspective to that. These interviews came from 17 different individuals, some within the same organizations, others not. But somebody once told me, Carl, it's not redundancy, it's judicious repetition. That may be a play on words, but I want you to think about that today. Anytime you learn a new skill, you have to go over it and over it and over it. You're used to learning at a very high level being a healthcare professional. This is a very new skill. For some of you, leadership comes naturally. Listening comes naturally. Checking things out with people comes naturally. Others, it does not. So do not be put off by a repetition. These are all top-level leaders, interestingly giving advice, counsel along the same threads. Today's person does pretty much the same thing. He talks about a resiliency. And that's a word we haven't used much before. A resiliency in the face of frustration. Many times as a leader, you're not in charge like you might think you are because you're running personalities from various levels of personnel. You may be a surgeon who is used to being the captain of the OR. When you go into the boardroom, you can't have that same power. It is a different power dynamic. So you have to learn how to manage these new dynamics, and that comes only with practice. In scuba diving, it's called the gray zone. There is a certain amount of ambient light that comes down from the surface, where most divers can see. But then you get far enough down where the light fades. The dark from below comes up, the light from above fades. And interestingly, it's the zone where apparently the most accidents happen, because people start to panic because they don't have a visual, they don't have a perspective. Don't let yourself be caught in that gray zone in a panic. Know yourself well enough, be able to be resilient enough to use interpersonal skills, and if you don't have those skills, get them. Learn them like a new language. It is never too late to start to develop these aspects of personal leadership that will allow you to progress to the next level.